kissed then at my car. It was such a good kiss. Like longer than a peck. It was like a small makeout, I would say. And this is the thing. I have gone on plenty of dates. I didn't even go on a date with him, but I've gone on plenty of dates where the guy thinks I'm having a great time. I'm an actor. I'm a great actress at like having a good time with anybody. You're not gonna know I'm having a bad time with you, whether you're a guy or a girl. I'm a people pleaser. I'm anxiously attached. I like want you to like me. So like I'm gonna have a good time. I'm polite.
When a couple of guys who were up no good started making trouble in my neck. Going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video here today on the channel. We have a little bit of a long one today, but we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. So if you could hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hey, how's it going? My name's Rat Boy. Let's get into it.
Okay, dating story time. I need some advice. Girlies obviously chime in, but like honestly, maybe I need a guy's POV on this because I'm just so confused. I'm literally so confused and frustrated and I'm just like disappointed in men. I'm just disappointed. I went to this singles event, this week, Wednesday night, and it's Sunday, for context. I know going to a singles event, that sounds lame, but I promise you I'm normal, and I'm just like over the dating apps, and I live in LA, so there's like they're doing a lot more like in-person stuff. I feel like people are like more open to that, like, and people that are going to it are sort of like people that are just normal, just trying to like date, and like the apps aren't working and there's no follow through on the apps. I don't know if anybody else finds that it's just, you just sit there when you're bored, like on a Sunday hungover, and like nothing comes of them. Like there's no follow through. Anyway.
Oh my God! Wow!
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Are we now coming to the realization that dating apps are a waste of time, that dating apps are just for hooking up? Are you well into your 30s? And, don't get me wrong. This woman, she's attractive. She looks like she takes care of herself. She looks like she's active. She probably has a career, probably does her own thing, driving a nicer car. Sure, why not? All those things are great, but as she's saying, she's going to singles events. She lives in LA, which I mean, if you live in LA, come on. Your expectations are going to be through the roof with men, because any man she meets, she is instantly going to compare those men to all the other random men she's met while living in LA, while on dating apps. So, I haven't seen this video all the way through, but let's go ahead, let's get through it. And I can almost 100% tell you that her story is 99% of what a lot of women are experiencing right now with dating. And I haven't even heard the story yet, but let's continue.
I digress. Met this guy. We spoke like most of the night. I gave him several opportunities to like walk away from me, go talk to someone else. He never did, or he would come back and like find me if I like kind of like moved on to a different group. We like left that event with his friends. I had gone alone and went to a new bar. We spent the rest of the evening talking. We're like doing like slight small touches to kind of show we were into each other. Like I would touch his arm, he'd touch my leg, that sort of thing. We like ended up singing karaoke together. Like he walked me to my car, and neither of us were drinking a ton because like we both had driven. So I like had my wits about me is all I'm saying. And he walked me to the car. We kind of like, I was held his arm, and we ended up like holding hands. He like switched me from the outside to the inside part of the sidewalk, like just doing like sweet, thoughtful things where I was like, wow, okay, lots of green flags happening. Like there were no giant red flags popping out. We were the same age, like, and me, and cause I'm in my 30s, and like, I just like, not that I wouldn't date a guy in his 20s, but I live in LA. Like oftentimes you meet guys that are just Peter Pan syndrome here. You know what I mean? He kissed then at my car. It was such a good kiss. Like longer than a peck. It was like a small makeout, I would say. And anyway, he's like, I'm gonna like make sure you got home okay. He's like, I'll probably voice note you and be ready for some like voice notes, FaceTimes. I'm like a big whatever, that kind of guy. And I was like, great, bring it on. I actually love voice noting and FaceTiming as well.
Oh, so everything seems perfect right now. It'd be a shame if something were to happen that would possibly turn this guy off of you forever. I will never understand women like this. They are in a position to basically choose any man they want. Okay. But all the men that they choose and all the men that they want don't want them. And you kind of ask yourself, why? Why does this man not want these types of women? Something's going on. Okay, now we're only, how many minutes are we into this? We're only a quarter way through. There has to be a little bit more info here. So let's go ahead. Let's listen to it a little bit longer and let's see what's really going on, because if we were to stop it right here, I would have thought, hey, that's, the singles event was a success. This woman is getting everything she wanted out of the singles event. She went there single and she left with a guy. So you would think that would be the ideal situation for a woman, right? And as I said before, it looks like she takes care of herself. She's good looking. She has the car. She has the career. So this guy has to be someone that obviously is attractive enough and important enough to her for her to make a almost 7-8 minute video in the front seat of her minivan or Tesla or whatever this is. You know what I mean? Let's continue.
And that guy just almost took my mirror off on his skateboard. Woo. I get home, walk in the door, and I get the voice note from him. It's so flirty and friendly, and like it just felt like he had a good time too. It was like, hey, like, so nice meeting you tonight. Just want to make sure you got home okay. Just sending you, the first voice note here to like get things going or something like that. He said something like wanted to send you like a first voice note. And again, like he's like, it was so great meeting you tonight. So I voice noted him back and was like, so fun meeting you. I just walked in the door, like loved it. And, would love to see you again. He also, like, while we were at the bar, he had said, what are you doing Friday? A group of friends and I are going to this thing. If you're in LA, he was going to the Penmar, which you guys know what the Penmar is if you're in LA. And I was like, oh, I can't. I already had plans Friday night. But then he didn't follow up with like, what are you doing Saturday or Sunday? But I was just like, okay, well, that's fine. Like, I don't like an overeager guy. Honestly, I get the ick really quick. So that didn't bother me. I was like, he'll follow up another day. So I kind of like, so I voiced it back, and that was the, it was late. That's the end of our conversation. That was Wednesday night. Thursday, I knew he had plans Thursday night, and then he was going to the Penmar Friday. And I had plans Friday and Saturday night. So I kind of was like, okay, well, I'll probably hear from him at the end of the week just to be like, I thought he would say, hey, how was your week? Or maybe make plans, even if he couldn't do anything this weekend. I thought maybe I'll hear from him like Saturday to make plans for the next week. Don't hear anything. By Saturday, I'm sort of like, I hate to say I'm spiraling. But I'm just sort of like, what the heck? Like, I'm a little confused.
Stop it. Get some help.
I think we all know where this is going, fellas. I mean, we've seen this before. I really don't even have to finish watching the clip. We are going to finish it out though. But you see, this is a clear indication, and I've said this before on my channel, where the woman really has to like the guy more. She really does. She absolutely does. This woman is going for one of these top tier dudes. Like I said, he has to be attractive. He has to, meet all those silent standards for her to give him a chance like this. I mean, let's be real. She invited him into her voice memos. She invited him for drinks. She did all this. And so what did this guy do? This guy invited her to the Penmar. He invited her to the Penmar. That was her open. She denied it. She said, no, I can't. I have plans. I'm doing something else Friday night. I already have plans Friday night, dude. It's just not going to happen. Okay. He wanted one of two reactions from that. Okay. These top tier dudes, they only want one of two reactions, and you reacted the wrong way. You reacted the negative way. They don't like the negative reactions. These men want one of two reactions. The first one is cancel your Friday plans and go with him Friday, okay, to show you're interested. That's what you should have done to kind of keep the guy. A lot of women don't want to hear this because they think they're the prize. Look, I get it. Okay, the ego can't be busted, but I'm telling you right now, the woman has to like the man more, or else it's never going to work, or else it's going to fall apart like we see in this video here. We are going to finish through the clip, no problem, but I can tell you right now, as the guy, once you denied his Friday plans, he's not going to try to make another plan with you. Okay, that's when part 2 comes in. Either you can cancel your Friday night plans and go with the Chad, or you have to make the plan next. You have to step out of your comfort zone, and you have to put your neck on the line to make the second plan. He's not going to do that. He did it. He cast his net. He didn't catch a fish. He reeled it back in. He's going to another pier. That's what's happening. Let's continue.
So my friend was like, maybe you should text him first. Because I was like, I don't want to text him first. And I'm not against texting the guy first. I just sort of like, don't want to like take the chase away. Like, I'm sorry, but guys are like, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but you like the chase a little bit. I don't like want to say like there's game playing involved, but there is a little bit of nuance to like the beginning stages of talking to someone.
Who's gonna tell
or
her?
meeting someone. Like, there has to be like a little mystery or chase or whatever.
No, there doesn't.
Anyway, my friend was like, no, maybe because you said no to Friday night. Like, even though I was truly busy. I was working, actually. It wasn't that I just like had fun plans. I like was babysitting. You know, girl's gotta pay her rent. Anyway, I ended up sending him a text and was just like, hey, how was Penmar last night? That was yesterday. No response. He's now watched my story on Instagram and literally just decided not to respond to me. And this is the thing. I have gone on plenty of dates. I didn't even go on a date with him, but I've gone on plenty of dates where the guy thinks I'm having a great time. I'm an actor. I'm a great actress at like having a good time with anybody. You're not going to know I'm having a bad time with you, whether you're a guy or a girl. I'm a people pleaser. I'm anxiously attached. I like want you to like me. So like, I'm going to have a good time. I'm polite. You know what I mean? I'm there. Let's keep a positive attitude. I'm not going to be a bitch. And anyway, if he is not into it, that is fine. I get it. I have been there. I've gone on dates where I'm like, I didn't really feel it. You know what I mean? But I don't send like a voice note afterwards. I don't say when I thank them for the date, I'm not like, that was so great. Like, I usually don't make out with a guy I don't like at the end of the night. I have done it before if I'm like a little drunk, but we were not drunk. Like, and it's like, there was very clear nothing was happening after like the kiss, you know?
Maybe he was a little tipsy, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe he had the beer goggles on and he looked at your story and then he realized, hey, this woman really isn't, she's really not that attractive, to him. He's getting all these 10s and you got, long face, Mr. Ed over here. She's babysitting. She's doing her best. Well, what I see here is I just see a guy who has a lot of options and you're you're low on that list of options. And I'm going to assume that the last part of this video is going to be cope. She's coping. She's definitely coping. I think we're done with this one. There's really nothing else to see here. I really don't understand the concept that women, they're in their 30s and they still think that men want to like chase them around and stuff. If he's going to be chasing any sort of women, it's not going to be a woman in her 30s. Okay. Can we all just agree on that? Can we all agree that there is some sort of delusion here where women in their 30s, they think that men are going to be chasing them around? And no, he invited you for the second date, which is more of a friend date. All his friends were going. He wanted you to be there. You shot him down. Okay, you had to work. That's fine. You had to work, but that was your shot. Okay, so I these situations, they are kind of they are what they are because women do this to men all the time. Okay, women do this to men all the time. These women think they're hot shit. They do the voice messages, they do the dates, they do the thing, and then they leave them on red. They see their stories, they whatever. And these are the simps in their DMs. Okay, women do this all the time. I'm not saying it's right. This guy probably liked her. See where she was at, and she failed. She did not pass. She failed. So that's her own fault. She's coping in the front seat. This guy must have been attractive. This guy must have been hitting all of the points with her. Okay, so yeah, they kind of mess it up for themselves a lot of the time. Did she look at this guy and not assume that this guy didn't have other women in his DMs? Because the statistics is 20% of men are dating, and in a lot of cases dating the these women are all dating the same types of men. The same women are dating the same 20% of men. So look at the statistics. You can see where his head is at. He was probably at the singles event just trying to get him another another chick on the side, or you know what I'm saying? He took you out, he kissed you, he hit up the voice memos trying to figure out where you're at, and you failed. As simple as that. When will women understand this? Probably never. Probably never. There's so many videos like this, and if she would take my advice, if she sees this, which who knows if she will ever see this, my advice would be to always, if you're with a guy you like, this guy's attractive, this guy is hitting all those points for you. If you're with a guy you like and he offers a second date, take the date. Take the date, because the date isn't the date. The date is a test. And trust me, you want to pass the test.